What's up, everybody? Braun here, president of Blackstone Labs, and I'm here with Billy Gagliardo, head of the call center and last year's NPC Universe heavyweight champion. 3 weeks out, a little inside of 3 weeks out actually, from the North American, and we have a whole crew of people going out there. Most important show of his life. Obviously, we're going in to win the heavyweight class, accomplish the pro card at this show, and after winning heavyweights last year, made a lot of improvements everywhere. So today we're doing a chest workout. There's not going to be much instruction in this one. This is just going to be me training him, and I want you guys to know that it's very important as you get closer to a show to tailor your training around what needs to be done. So for him at this point, it's really all about diet being on point, cardio, suffering, and just going through it. The workouts now are to bring out the final details everywhere. I'm not saying that you should abandon all the exercises that you normally do, but your volume needs to cut down and the reps need to be performed way more strict. This is not the time to be doing stupid and trying to break records in the gym and getting yourself hurt. You can't put on any more muscle at this point, all right? So now you're just trying to refine it. So not gonna hear a lot from me. We're gonna blow through it, and you guys that are training for shows at home, I will throw out a couple little tips in some of the exercise we're doing, because it's gonna be a little different than what you guys have seen before. Big thank you as always to Busybody. This is the East location. Busybody Fitness Premium is the Instagram, the cleanest gym that I have trained at probably anywhere in Florida. They clean this place nonstop. So if you're worried, this is the place to go. I'm not worried, but if you are worried, it's very clean and we're gonna get it in. I'm gonna, like I said, move quick. Not gonna have him being here listening to me talk. He doesn't want to do that. He's running on low fumes. Just gonna train and get into it, and maybe towards the end he'll hit a side chest or something so you can see how freaky he's starting to look. We'll see. That's it for Billy. I'm PJ. Do a set the way you would normally start warming up. I'm going to show you a little variation. So you're going to sit all the way to the end of the bench like this. We've only done this probably once or twice in videos before. And you're going to actually lean back on it. So it's very important that you keep your scapula pulled back when you do this. Squeezed in just the way you normally would. So this is going to be one of those exercises where you actually are keeping your chest opened up. Now the difference when you lean into it like this and you're coming out is when you're going to come in, you're going to squeeze really, really hard here. You're not going to be able to open up the way you normally would on a normal pec deck. But what's going to happen is by doing it like this, there's a one key variation here is with your palms, you want to be generating the force almost like an angle through the bottom of your palm like this. Coming in and squeezing here, you're going to feel this through the bottom outside of your pec a lot. I think this is a great exercise to do when you're closer to a show. It helps your side chest pose out a lot. You'll feel a different stretch in here. Yeah, so try to, even if you can angle yourself like this a little bit up, and then come in and squeeze hard like that. You want to feel it like lower and out more when you do it. Really trying to lift the wheel. There you go. One more like that. Good. Perfect. Very good. Kind of mimicking what you would do if you were really doing a deep dip. The stretch that you get through here, kind of a dangerous exercise. So we look to do things a little bit safer, but try to pick apart these little areas of the muscle that we really want to focus on.
That weight was actually good.
I figured.
Yeah, I'll say that.
Don't
Good. Good. One more. I like to steal these before. Alright. So, there's a lot of right ways to do this, and of course there's always wrong ways, but for what we're trying to do, specifically, we're going to utilize this in an extremely beneficial way for him to really bring out definition in his chest, but positioning of his body is super important. So for starters, core has to be engaged and pulled in tight. So you can't be like sticking your stomach out or leaning around, so core has to be crunched in, activated tight, right? Now, most of the time when you're taught to do chest exercises, you're always like really lifting your chest up. So we're actually gonna do the opposite on that, which a lot of people are gonna tell you is wrong, and you're not gonna get the right stretch, you're gonna get more anterior delt. For this particular exercise, he actually wants to keep his diaphragm pulled in, okay? Reason being is, the way that he's gonna press is he's gonna come out and he's gonna get full extension, and he's actually gonna exaggerate it a little bit and really squeeze through the top of his chest. So most of us are used to just going like this, right? And not really locking out. So we're actually going the opposite here. So he's keeping himself neutral, and he's gonna come all the way out and really accentuate the contraction. And just a little slight tip that's very important when you do this. So when you're pushing, your elbow is gonna be coming up here, almost up at a 90-degree angle. And when you're coming through, it's sort of like throwing a baseball. It's a slight down motion like this that gets you to contract the top part of your chest a lot more. So if I'm just pushing from here, right? It's easy to contract my chest, but when I come up like this, you can actually feel that motion contracting here a lot more. This is what we want. We're gonna open all of this up. Now what I'm gonna do to make it more challenging, once we figure out the weight and everything, is he's actually gonna keep coming up higher. So he's gonna be pulling from an awkward position up here, down even more. This is great for really opening everything up and building. This will be a lightweight that you can do. So we're just gonna do like 15 reps. So engage your core, keep yourself pulled in here. Good. Good. And almost come a little bit more like up and over with it. Yep. There we go. And when you're squeezing, squeeze the fuck out of this real hard. Good. 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 A couple more, really, all the way out. Good. One more, all the way out. Squeeze it. There. There you go. So, just to make it a little bit more challenging each time, I'm gonna slightly raise it up. So, he's gonna be coming a little bit down more each time. It's very opposite from what you're normally used to, but because of that, you can really open up in here, and with a low amount of weight, get into very intense contraction.
The weight's actually pretty good.
Yeah,
staying at 15.
I think we're gonna stay around this weight because it's gonna get a little bit harder as you go up.
Yeah, for sure.
Try to keep yourself here. Good. There you go. Good. Good. Come on. There you go. Come on. Gotta come all the way out with it. There you go. Good. Good. Come on. There you go. Come on. Keep grinding them out. A couple more. There you go. Good. That's what's fun. Very good. Awesome. Very good. make it higher. It's more awkward each time. And typically, safely, like I said, we're using a smart amount of weight here. On a chest pressing exercise, you're actually going to keep your elbows really more down in an arcing motion to be safe as far as driving power goes. But bodybuilding is not always about safety, and we're trying to really open everything and stimulate through here by having his elbow up and high like this and coming in that baseball type throwing motion is what's really firing up here a lot. And this is what we really want. We want to have this upper pec shelf, as they call it, popping as much as possible. Here we go again. Come down with it a little bit more. There you go. There you go. It's hard as fuck. Good. Concentrate on that. Good. There you go. Good. Good. One more set. This one will be the most awkward because he's coming from really high. So what I typically tell people to do, get yourself set first. Don't just try to grab it from the top and pull. And again, keeping that diaphragm pulled in rather than being opened up the way that we're often taught, super important. So when he's up here and he's coming out, and then down. That little downward motion is extremely important for really contracting this. Now, if you guys want to try something crazy in your downtime when you're not rushing around and trying to get through the workout fast, get yourself a tens unit and hook yourself up here to the tens unit first for like 15 minutes. Get everything stimulated in here and then come and do it. These are actually a lot of rehab exercises that I've done for different injuries, but you'll get so much extra blood flow like that, especially if this is a weaker area, which it's rare that you meet people that are overly developed up here, you know? Yeah. All right, last one. Good. Come on. Good. 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 Come on. There you go. Perfect. All right, moving along. So we're going to use a lighter weight, or we're going to make this extremely difficult. Now, Dennis James made a lot of this stuff popular years ago. Nobody in the age group of people that are watching these probably remembers this, right? But what he's going to do is, so even though this is a flat press, we're turning it into an incline exercise by keeping the seat low. So what he's going to do is, when he does his contractions, so on the concentric motion, he's actually going to turn this into a very, very slow rep. So we're talking like 4 seconds out. So the weight's going to be light, and I'm talking 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000, 4, 1,000, big contractions. Then he's actually going to not even worry about the negative. So the negative, he'll come back down, and then again, slow for the contraction, come back down. I'm going to help him to make sure he's squeezing these out. We're going to do sets of 10 here, and this is going to be the, I don't want to say hardest, but this will be like the heaviest thing that he does today. And this is just to now get these prime movers really contracting, and we're going to use a very, very close grip. Now, by using that close grip, you're going to feel a lot of the inside of your chest also. Squeeze hard, back right down. Up. Good. Good. Squeeze hard, good. Good. Squeeze. Good. One more. Push. And rest. This would be one you take a little bit longer rest on too.
Felt like my chest was fluttering off my body.
You see it a lot too. You'll see in the video. It's gonna be really good. Pull it off for 1 second. Sounds kind of simple, and then it wouldn't really be that big of a deal. But this band right here is gonna make this way, way harder. Now what happens is, I want the hardest part of the rep to be the concentric motion. So I just made it way, way harder, because now as he's pushing, he's gonna have this resistance the whole time. So it's gonna make it way, way harder. Again, I don't really care about the negative, all right? So when he's riding this up, I'm just gonna do a normal rep here. When he's pushing this up, he's gonna feel it's gonna get harder and harder as it goes out. So now this is gonna be a lot more challenging, but that's what I want. I want these reps, these concentric reps, I want his muscles to have to fire really, really hard. We're not as worried about the negative, so we'll go back in here now. Same thing. Good. Come on. Good. Little slower. Come on. Push. Squeeze. Again. There you go. Come on. Push. Good. Come on. Slow. Work. Squeeze it hard at the top. Flex the fuck out of it. We'll do one more like that. Come on. Push. Good. Very good. Big difference having that little.
Oh man, major.
Everything feels okay, right?
Yeah. I mean, like right here, it's been a little weird today.
Okay.
I notice when I start to get dehydrated and get lower in the body fat, like
That's pretty normal.
yeah, it's like right there gets a funky feeling, you know.
Part of that is anterior delt. Part of it is actually bicep tendonitis. Gets really, really bad in there, especially with all the chest and back and everything else. In this insertion up here and all the different stretch positions that you get in, it can get compromised. This is also why you want to be real smart with your reps and listen to your body when you're training. To do things like heavy, barbell presses. Listen, you can put dumbbells in spots where they feel good. You just gotta listen to your body the right way. And when you feel any sort of pain, that's your body saying, hey, don't do this anymore. Now, what we're doing now is a little bit advanced as far as difficulty and technique, but we're taking a small amount of weight and making it really, really challenging. That's what we want. We want the muscle to work really, really hard. We don't want it to be so hard because it's just a shitload of weight that he's trying to do everything that he can to move. All right. Same thing. Come on. Here we go. Good. Come on. Good. Come on. Up. Good. Come on. Nice. Come on. Push. Good. Come on. Another one. Do one more like that. All the way up. Push. There you go. A lot of action coming out there on that one. So we're gonna do one more set here, and this is what we're gonna do. Make this one a little bit more challenging. So on this last one, we're gonna have him bust out 8 really good reps. Now I'm gonna pull a 25 off. And he's just gonna go to a more traditional form of just moving the reps, just forcing more blood in. So it's only slightly heavier, it's 5 pounds, but we've done a bit already, so it's gonna feel the hardest. And he's been grinding out hard sets of 10. So I would like him to be able to really just keep getting blood in after. So we're gonna do 8 strict perfect reps. Then I'm gonna take a 25 off, so he'll have 10 seconds or so to rest, and then he's gonna get into squeezing these contractions out. Come on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Come on. Good. 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 Come on. Come on. Push, 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 push. Need 2 more like that. Nice and slow. Push, 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 push. Good. All right, let's let these out now. Come on. Come on. Good push. Good. Good. That plug in one. Good. Awesome. Come on. Good. Good. Come on. Keep moving it. Keep moving it. Get that blood in there. There you go. Very good. Very, very good. Almost done. So, cable crossovers, we're gonna do 3 sets from the floor. First, palms up, coming up, squeeze. Keep the chest opened up when you do these, coming up, squeeze. Now when you do these, right, and you're coming up in this motion, you're actually gonna feel this in the inside of your chest quite a bit. And as you come up, you're gonna feel a contraction moving up a lot more too. This is all about weight and form. It is not about just trying to grind them out and doing them wrong. Super strict and keeping yourself opened up when you do these. We're gonna do 3 sets of 15 like this. Then we're gonna pop up to the top and do normal cable crossovers and really, really force the blood in. And that's going to be the end of the workout. It's gonna be plenty, more than enough. And you'll see now, as we finish this last part out, how much extra blood he gets in there. I think this weight will be okay. So we're almost now. I know this sounds like silly, but even though we're already in here, we're gonna move to right over here. When I do a hip crossover, inside one of these narrow pre-cores versus in your normal setup like this, I just don't feel the same. It's something to do with where you're pulling from. That I don't feel the same contraction in here that I do in here. That's the main reason why we're moving over. Now, I will also say that to do that exercise from the floor is far better to do in there, pulling from close, rather than pulling from way out here. But for what we want to do here, this arcing motion, you're basically doing most musculars over and over again. You'll feel it. Ergonomically, we'll call it better. And this is not one that you need a lot of weight on. Good. 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 Keep going. Good. 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 Keep going. Keep going. Come on. Grind them out. More. Good. Come on. So this next set, try on this one, coming a little bit more forward in front of you.
Okay.
Good. Good. Come on. Squeezing. Come on. Come on. There you go. This hands on it. Back there. My chest is fucking filled right now. Two more sets. Very good.
Same thing, step forward.
Go back to how you were doing before.
Okay.
Good. Good. Come on. Good. Fast workout, about 40 minutes. Let's hit a couple poses just to see how you look now with all the blood in there. You can see a big difference from when he came out today till now. Just from the parking lot walking in now, that's blood flowing. Very good. See, a lot of guys, you're gonna feel very flat, like I'm sure he feels very flat. And you probably, when you're training, you probably feel like you look a little better, not the way you normally feel in the off season. I promise you, no one has ever gone into a show and blew everybody away with competition feeling full the whole time. You should feel flat and terrible the last few weeks before a show. Yes, there's a right time to eat, push, pull, but if you're still feeling really full and pumped all the time, I can promise you your body fat is too high. You should feel very flat. Now that he's pumped up, he does not look flat. He looks twice the size of when he walked in here, which is good. That just shows the muscles are responding the right way. You may get to a point where you're training and you just don't feel shit anymore. Now, if you're 4 weeks out, 5 weeks out, and you're starting to feel like that, that's not a good sign. Once you start getting inside the last, 17, 8 days for a show, the days of feeling great in the gym are kind of few and far between. That's why, to the untrained eye, you might look at this and be like, oh, they didn't do that much, but I can tell you what we did was precise, and we made every rep count. And although we might not have lifted the heaviest parts of the gym, we made his muscles work very, very hard, and I'm sure you're tired from what we did.
Yes.
And you got a lot of blood in there.
Oh, yeah.
And you could actually see, as we went along, more definition coming out, which makes me feel really good. Skin's getting thinner. So, awesome.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
Yep.
Any last words before they see you again on stage at North Americans? I'm going to have this video out by like Friday. So when this video comes out, you'll be 2 weeks out
Yeah.
from North
I
Americans.
mean, I'm coming to win. Straight up. I train every day. I eat every day. I do every cardio session with intent and purpose, and that is to win. Nothing less.
He had a lot of success last year at North America, at Universe. And right now he's in the low 230s. He's put on a lot of size from last year. I don't really give a shit about what he weighs in at. I just want him to look the best that he can possibly be, and I want him to be the best condition he can possibly be in. So the weight is irrelevant. I've seen guys come into shows. Aaron Clark showed up at USA's. No one even knew who he was really at that point. That was the last show I ever did. And I was with a bunch of guys that suffered to make 225. He was like 205 and beat everybody. So weight is irrelevant. Saw Eric Fankhauser did the same fucking thing. A lot of you guys remember him from Universal. Showed up at North Americans. I believe he was 202. And you had Mike Liberatore, me, a bunch of guys, Fred Smalls, that were, again, all 225, came in and fucking smoked anybody. So just because you're 250 coming down to make 225, if you're fucking peeled at 225, good for you. But don't worry about that number on the scale. Just get your condition where it has to be. That's what we're doing with him. Yep. I'm very proud of him. He's a damn hard worker. And he's also a coach. And he's somebody I feel very comfortable sending my people to. So whenever people ask me about coaching, I send them to Billy. He's very, very good. And that's it. If you have any questions for him in the call center, you know that you can talk to the call center guys. He's the head of the call center.
Anytime.
Thank you always for Busybody Fitness. And peace out, man.